마지막으로 오스트리아 음악과 춤을 준비하신 발표하주실.
Hello, I think it's now my turn. I couldn't hear so
맞죠?
much because it was quiet, but okay. Hello, my name is Marco. I'm from Austria, and today I'm doing a presentation about Austrian music and dance. Because I was told it was very short times, like 5 minutes, maybe 10, I needed to shorten a few things. Otherwise, I could talk an hour if you want to. But I prepared only, a shortened version today. So, yeah, of course, Austria, we need the flag somewhere. I'm also a member of GLEx 2020. I'm not participating in many things at the moment because I'm doing a lot of language exchange on my own. But I'm still trying to do a lot of things for GLEx if I have the time to. So let's start. First of all, I want to speak about the obvious things that everyone knows about Austria. That's classical music. So, of course, many of you know the name Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Yeah, he was Austrian, of course. He lived in 1750 till 1790 in this area. One of his definitely well-known pieces is the Magic Flute. It was often or many times played in opera scenes and so on. And one of the songs I recognize the most, and I'm not a fan of classical music, so even if I can see it or I can notice it, you will notice it too. So where is audio? Here. Let's listen to one thing. So I think, everyone can find it if he wants to. It takes a few hours to listen to the whole opera scene, but in this case, it takes 2 hours, 53 minutes. But this sequence was one I recognized, so I just thought maybe you will know it. The next person I want to talk about is Johann Strauss the first. In this case, it's the name of the father, because the son also was named Johann Strauss. And one of his most famous pieces was this one. So everyone who knows the dance waltz will know it as well. And then we also have a very well-known choir or singing choir group in Vienna. It's the Wiener Sängerknaben, it's the German name, or Vienna Boys Choir. And yes, they are really mixed out of almost every country. So there is each year there is a participation where you can take place. And when you're good enough, you can be one of the members. Of course, it is a core of young boys. So also your parents need to be here or whatever. But I will show you also a little bit of this one. So, and yes, this piece was also by Johann Strauss. But in this case, I think it was the son. Yes, this was the son. And that's for classical music for now. Let's go to the next part. That is one big thing we have here in Austria. It's like K-pop for Austria, so Austropop. We have a few very well-known titles and people here. First of it was Falco. He was really, really famous here in Austria and in all of Europe, I could say, because many of those folk dances and music that is sung in German is, of course, very popular in Austria, Germany, and parts of the Switzerland, so where German is native, and well known all over the world as well. So let's hear a little bit about Falco. So this was his most famous song here. It's Amadeus. Yes, it talks about Wolfgang Amadeus. It fit into the picture, so I took it. Christina Stürmer was also a very popular singer here. She was very young when she finished an Austrian competition for singing, and he got placed first at the age of 17, I think, and then became a huge star here, only for a few years. I don't know, I didn't hear much about her now. Then one of our popular singers was Reinhard Fendrich. He made the song I Am From Austria, and I think many of you may heard the lyrics before.
Und wenn ihr wollt, sagt ganz allein, I am from Austria.
So of course, everywhere we Austrian people go, when we hear that song, we are happy as hell. So yeah, it's okay, it's okay. And then I have a band, I only want to talk about it because for me, it's one of my favorite bands here in Austria. It's called Erste Allgemeine Verunsicherung, or short EAV. This was a wordplay because when the group formed and started to perform in private, they saw a big, at the stage where they played, at the opposite side of the street, there was a big announcement for an insurance company. But they heard a lot of bad things about the insurance. So they made a joke about the name. And this was called Erste Allgemeine Versicherung. So first general Versicherung, insurance. And so they made the wordplay insurance to insurance in this kind of way. So they made Verunsicherung. So this makes it the opposite way. So how to confuse people in this case. First, general confusion in English. So yeah, they of course had a lot of problems with the name because it was almost the same, just two letters are different, and the meaning is a little bit sarcastic as well. And that's the motto of the band as well. So they are really sarcastic most of the time. They have a lot of songs that are going about politics, about time, about social problems at the moment, sometimes racism or many other things. They have played for many, many years because they started in 1977, and now 2019 officially stopped. But 2021, they published one album more. Who knows? They had a pause of few years as well in I think 95 to 98 or so. So let's see, maybe they come back again. And of course, their genre is more satiric, pop, rock, fun music. And yeah, they produced 19 albums, 16 times on tour in those almost 50 years. 44 years. Yeah, they won a lot of awards. mostly here in Europe because they are all speaking German and singing in German most of the time. And yeah, you can see down here, those are the band members. And when you see at the pictures, the right lower picture, it's so funny because this was in the 80s. And many of those band members changed over the years because yeah, no one stays alive so long sometimes or can play music all the time. So yeah, you can see from very old to from very young to now already in the 80s. They are still alive, most of them. And this is most of the information I will give you about this band, because the rest, if you want to, you can find yourself. I hope I made you interested a little bit in it. And yeah, now I'm going on to folk dance and music. There are a lot of different folk dances here in Austria, as you can see on the pictures. These kind of dresses we call Trachten. So it's a really complicated word to speak, Tracht. So that means normally the local area clothing that we have, the traditional clothing. We have many different dances. Madel is the name of a young woman that is not married. So yeah, we have dances with that name. We have Drehherr dances. We have the Schuhplattler is a very famous thing because many people think it's very funny. And then we of course have the waltz. Most of the time in folk dance music, there is instruments like an accordion, trumpet, acoustic guitar, clapping and stomping as well. And I want to share it a little bit. Let's see if I can. Just give me a second. So this is that's called Drehherr. So they turn around in one big circle. So the movement is circular. And yeah, folks music. Then, I don't like that one. Go over here. Then we have, like as mentioned, the Schuhplattler. So they clap with the hands on the thighs and soles of the shoe or the ankle. And make noises with this in a rhythmic beat. In this case, this is a group from Bavaria. And yeah, Bavaria and Austria have mostly the same culture. And yeah, then I want to go into the waltz section, and you also can see that one. Totally different setting, but also very good. Has many different versions. In this case, you can change partners sometimes, put other figures or movements inside. That's what makes the waltz so versatile. And one thing, I don't know, that I have for you is what it sounds like Austrian folks music to sing.
Is nicht Kirchenbau, ins Tiefschauen und Titgehen, ist der Oberstreicher Bau. Mosche und wer mag nehmen, Respekt vor wer uns kennt, gibt's alle auf Pfarrei, ja, sind wir gleich dabei, wir lassen uns nicht mehr.
Can you hear it?
Der kann bei unsere Feist verspielen. Sind lustig voller Kern, die Menschen haben wir gern. Kein Anklagwirkerei, mir legt so sorgefrei dazu der offenes Herz. Ein Gefühl für jeden Schmerz, so ist der Brauch bei uns daheim.
So, then let's go back to here. So, thank you, and I hope you had a lot of fun and you saw a little bit and heard a little bit. I hope it didn't take too much time. I don't know the time.
Thank you so much for the presentation.
Very good job, Marco.
Dankeschön, Marco.
Was it short enough?
Oh, you did a great
Yeah,
job.
it was really interesting.
Yeah. I enjoyed every minute.
Yes.
I
me
didn't have
too.
much
It
to
was
say,
great.
but lots to show.
Dankeschön,
Awesome show.
Marco.
Okay, so there you have it. I hope you learned something fun and something interesting to practice too. No? You have another dance and it gets really fun. And if you have any question, feel free to ask to our presenters. Is there any questions?